Yeah, hi guys, Matt, next 72 hours. Doing a vid by myself, obviously, because Phil is living in New Zealand now. So I'm not quite sure if I'm in the shot or not. So if you're hearing this, then it means I was, and I decided to include this in the edit. Um, Firstly, wishing everyone a happy New Year. I hope you guys had a good one in Australia here. For all our international viewers, it's been pretty hot, some record temperatures. Um, I think today one of our towns here in Queensland, the inland town, it's 49.6 degrees there today. So that is absolutely stinking hot. Um, Here in Queensland, I think we're high 30s at the moment, so it's not so bad. And we've got the air conditioning running on the house. So it's been really nice. At Christmas, typically, Christmas, New Year tends to be our hottest time of year here. We've definitely had record temperatures in Brisbane too. I remember one year it was, hit 42 at the where they actually check the weather, but where we're living, it's actually hotter. So I recall being 45 degrees. Quite an interesting thing when your air conditioning running inside and you're feeling really hot, and then you walk outside, it's like walking into an oven. And you stay out there for 5 minutes, come back inside, and it's like jumping in a pool of cold water. So interesting for you guys who haven't experienced that type of heat. Not like a tropical heat where it's not actually that hot, but the humidity really sucks it out of you. We do get it humid here in Brisbane, but what tends to happen when the heat gets over that, the humidity seems to drop off. We do get sort of like monsoonal storms coming through, but it's sort of like sub-monsoonal, whatever you want to call it. I don't quite know what the zone is, but it's not quite the monsoon region. So anyway, a couple of things I wanted to talk about on the heat was I've did some investigation because one of our YouTube videos on the live straw, someone asked whether or not you could drink urine through the live straw, whether it would actually remove the contaminants. Well, that the only way to remove contaminants from urine, because it's mainly salts, is to either through distillation, which you could rig up a basic distillation, boil it off or whatever. It's the only water you had, you could try that and collect it in some fashion. There's a few ways you can do that. One by cooling, two by actually just gathering the moisture in the steam. That's not so efficient, but if you're where you have a lot of salt water available, you can, and firewood, that's a reasonable way of doing it because you don't care about the inefficiency aspect of it. You just keep boiling water and gathering the steam through a cloth and then wringing it out. Of course, the more complicated way is to actually have tubing and closed containers and having to cool the water and gather the steam. So not particularly efficient if it was just some urine you're gathering. The other is I would imagine using the pumps that do like a reverse osmosis pump that actually removes salt water, like they have them in kayaks, saltwater kayak. When you're doing kayaking for extended periods, you often have those reverse osmosis which removes salt. To be honest, I've never tried that on our reverse osmosis system here. I wouldn't quite know how I would test that because it relies on water pressure, obviously. So that would be the two methods. But I've always stayed by the thought that you never drank urine, and that's all the army manuals always would say no, 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 no. But I did poke a little further into that, and interestingly, there are times you can actually drink urine. For the most part, probably no one would actually it wouldn't work out for them. Let me explain. Say you're extremely hydrated and all of a sudden you have no water. If you went and collected your first two pee sessions and the pee was very light straw, very well hydrated, you can collect the 1 to 2 times the urine and then drink it, because the salt in it is not actually, you've got more water than salts and stuff like that. So you're not actually, it's not costing you more fluid than you're drinking, which is the main issue with drinking urine. Dehydrates you. You're better off not having that in your body. Same, of course, with salt water. But I thought that was interesting. But you would need to know that and not be tempted to let me clarify a little bit. For most people, drinking their own urine would be very squeamish. So you probably would be 2 to 3 times peeing before you'd actually decide to drink it. By that time, it's like an intense amber yellow, almost orange. Well, you're way past the goodbye date, if you want to call it that. And you shouldn't touch it. For me, I wouldn't know how you would gauge that accurately, and to be honest, I don't think I'd be drinking urine at any point. Trying to clarify that again, it's because by the time you're desperate enough to drink it, you're probably past the point where the urine is safe to drink. So that's on that. The other thing I wanted to talk about was, I know I spoke to Phil that we got these little clips here which I ordered from the States. I ordered some other stuff from the States as well. These are not what I want to do a review on, but I wanted to do a review on the actual process of actually ordering different things from internationally, and for us to get them up from the store. Now, why I ordered these was an aside, because the store we actually order the actual folding razors, which they call them straight razors on the American website. They had changed from actually posting internationally to actually using a different service. The service they used was Com Gateway, and I've used those other services as well. This is one of these services where you, if a site does not actually allow you to post internationally, or they don't have their own international posting, they only post locally, you get a assigned US postal address. You sign up for the service, it's free. They will actually, from the site, you can order. This is how I did it. Went to the Com Gateway site. I then basically, through a particular interface, ordered the products that I wanted from this particular site that we order our straight razors from, and we they order them for you for a fee. Now it turns out, about a $40. Mine racked up to about $40, and the fee ended up being about 5 or 6 US. Hang on, got a crowd of guys. Could you just keep it down for a sec? I'm just recording something. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, okay. So yeah, the fee was about $6 US, which I think for actually ordering on your behalf was not a bad deal. But what gets you is the postage. This is where you got to weigh up whether or not the articles you're actually ordering are worth it. And this has caught me before, where I've ordered some pretty cheap braid from the US, and then the postage ended up being ridiculous. So I got charged like $11 US to have the what I purchased posted domestically to the Com Gateway service, and then of course another $25 US to actually have it FedEx to Australia. So by the time you've added all that up, I'm actually, the postage and handling is pretty much the same cost as the articles I actually purchased. Now, I wasn't a bit. They did actually say that I had another about 480 grams that I could have posted, so I was just under half, or just about half of the weight that I was allowed to post. So I could have then gone and ordered more things, and of course offset the price of the postage. Now, I'll keep that in mind for future reference, but so if I have to order that again, but sort of a combination of a little frustrated about the double handling and almost like paying twice. So I would have probably saved myself about $15 of postage and handling if the actual site that I'd actually ordered from had handled the international postage as they originally did. But quite impressed with the actual Com Gateway service, in the sense that they were very responsive to my questions. They ordered very quickly. I didn't have any hassles with the products when they came, so that side of things went well. Just a bit of a heads up on that then. So for you guys, if you're actually using that type of service, be prepared to pay extra. And if the things you're buying are high value items, and then it sort of sets it off and you don't even have to blink about it. But if the lower value items and stuff that we purchase are only a few dollars sort of stuff, you've got to be a bit more careful. Anyway, that's me done for now. I'll try and upload this ASAP. We'll see how we go. a couple more reviews I do actually plan to do on some of those items that I actually purchased. So I haven't actually opened them for that reason. I've been sitting around for a couple of weeks. So guys, I hope you continue to have a great break, and we'll start pumping out the videos a bit more. Catch you later. Bye.